Hey y'all, spiritual whistleblower here with another video. Let's talk narcissistic abuse. I got so many topics and I'm gonna keep them coming. I'm playing catch up, y'all. How y'all doing? I hope y'all like my analysis of the celebrities y'all have been requesting me to speak about. Now, this video tonight is about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. And if you don't know who Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is, she is an African American woman, I believe, a psychologist, if not a counselor. According to her, she has 4 degrees in psychology. In the past, I believe she did some production. She worked on the sets of certain reality TV shows for MTV. You guys, if you know the names of the show, I believe one of them was the teen pregnancy show. I forget the name of it. Y'all can correct me in the comments section, okay? But she either wrote or produced or co-produced, executive produced. I don't know what she did, but she worked on reality TV. I do know that much. So now what's happening now is that she is out here rebranding herself. She's been on everybody's toxic podcast. She was on Cam Newton's podcast. Let's see, Nick Cannon, Dear Wifey. No, she's been on everybody's podcast. Tonight's conversation with Ace Metaphor. And personally, I hate every last one of these podcasts. Why? Because they're ran by narcissists and their guests, they usually have toxic fucking celebrity guests. All the celebrity guests are narcissistic. And the podcasts are ran by motherfucking narcissists. This is one of the reasons why I won't put a podcast out. So many people want me to do a podcast of my own. And I just have this ick with podcasts. I believe it's like a demonic portal. You know, I don't know, y'all. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to put out my own podcast because it's like we're flooded with so many motherfuckers with podcasts, and most of these motherfuckers out here are narcissists on these podcasts. And it's the worst thing to give a narcissist a microphone, you know. Whoo! And when I say toxic podcast, I'm referring to the black community. Because goddamn, if I mean flooded. Jamal Bryant is another narcissist with a fucking podcast. I don't like none of them. So Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, she's been bouncing around from all, toxic podcast to toxic podcast. She was on the Breakfast Club. And you know how I feel about the Breakfast Club. All of them are narcissists. Yeah. That's a whole nother video. But more importantly, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is also on Basketball Wives. This is Shawnee O'Neal. Excuse me. She's Shawnee Henderson now. She's remarried to Pastor Keon Henderson with his toxic, abusive, bullying ass. Yeah, he's a big bully. I got to do a whole separate video on motherfucking Shawnee and Keon because I don't like neither one of them. But you know, Shawnee, that's her show, Basketball Wives. So as of fucking recent, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has been making appearances. She's Jackie's friend, BFF. And I don't like motherfucking Jackie. Jackie is queen fucking narcissist, okay? I believe Shawnee's a narcissist too, and Evelyn. That's why the show, they're all so toxic and they fight each other. But for the most part, Jackie, siren, always in the background of my videos. Jackie, to me, is one fucking miserable married woman. She is the epitome of a female narcissist who likes to throw her marriage, her miserable fucking marriage, in the faces of single women. I can't fucking stand Jackie. So just the idea of Dr. Cheyenne Bryant being close friends with Jackie, that says everything I need to know, because birds of the feather flock together. Mean girls roll in packs, honey. Jackie's a motherfucking mean girl. So the problem that I have with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, number one, do I believe she's a narcissist? Motherfucking right. And when I call somebody out, when I make a prediction, I be dead on. I get a lot of pushback. A lot of people attack me. But when Spiritual Whistleblower calls it, I be dead motherfucking on it. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, in my personal opinion, is a full-blown fucking narcissist. Everything checks off the list when I have analyzed this woman, and I am so triggered by her. I don't give a fuck if she's a psychologist, a fucking counselor. I've made videos about toxic mental health professionals. Yes, there's a lot of mental health professionals that are actual narcissists. I don't know why people think therapists and doctors and psychologists are free from being narcissistic. Hell yeah, a lot of them. Let me remind y'all. In New York City, was it this past November, October, Donald Trump had his rally at Madison Square Garden in New York City. And guess who was one of his main supporters? Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, the motherfucking psychologist. You know, he's gotten rich off of, exploiting poor people, whether that be white trash, black people, whatever, Oprah put him on. He totally social climbed off of Oprah, exploited all types of, people, lower class people to get to where he is. And he's not licensed, by the way. He's toxic as fuck. And there he was supporting Trump at his fucking rally. Trump, who is a racist, a fucking convicted felon, a goddamn rapist, womanizer, abuser, total sociopath. What the fuck is Dr. Phil doing supporting Donald Trump? I'll tell you why. It's because Dr. Phil is just like a motherfucking Donald Trump. Dr. Phil is a fucking psychopath. And this is why you must learn to raise your discernment, because you have to know how to pick and choose the right mental health professional. If you're going to go to therapy, you cannot choose just anybody. You have to carefully select your psychologist, your psychiatrist, your therapist, psychotherapist, counselor, whatever you choose, because you're venting very personal information about yourself. Every trauma, whether you were sexually molested as a child, you were raped, whatever, this person's going to be sitting there listening to all your traumas. And just imagine if they're a narcissist, a psychopath, sociopath, they are secretly and sadistically enjoying your pain and suffering in those therapy sessions. They're going to gaslight you so that you never heal. They're going to encourage you to reconnect with every abuser in your life. Your parents, if your parents are abusing you, that motherfucking therapist will tell you, you might need to repatch things with your parents. And they know it's going to have a toxic outcome. And that's to guarantee that you stay in therapy and that they keep getting your money. They keep billing your health insurance. They don't care about your healing. They just want your fucking money. There are so many psychologists and therapists. Let me tell you something. Y'all got to raise your discernment and vet everybody these days. You have to be very careful who you choose as a therapist. So when I saw Dr. Phil at the Trump rally, I said, just imagine how many sessions, therapy sessions he's conducted with people, and he had a hidden hatred towards that client. Fucking hypocrite, fucking closeted racist, closeted misogynist that supports Trump, and he's a fucking psychologist. That's scary to me. So Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is just like Dr. Phil. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is a motherfucking hypocrite, and she's not a licensed psychologist. That's how she's able to get away with being on a messy ass reality TV show that exploits black women. Let me make y'all understand something. How is she a fucking psychologist preaching mental health and morals and principles and what a high value man is and a high value woman is, and you're functioning from your, she talks a good talk. However, she's a motherfucking hypocrite, because why is she on Basketball Wives fist fighting, acting out of character, spewing hatred towards other black women. Let me remind y'all, she's been in a couple of fight scenes with Brooke. Did y'all see the scene? And I don't watch this show. I saw video clips because I don't support reality TV, especially like Love and Hip Hop. It exploits black people so bad, and I'm just over it. Okay, but there was a scene where Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, I guess she was hosting her own women's empowerment event. And I guess Brooke and the girls came, and there was some issue with she wanted people to stand up or sit down or something. And Brooke wanted to sit down. So she came over and she provoked Brooke, because Brooke wasn't the only person, but she chose to target Brooke and embarrass her at the event. So then it turned into this big altercation where Dr. Cheyenne Bryant got her crew to escort Brooke and her girls out of there. It turned into this huge fight. It didn't get physical, but it was this close to getting physical. Now, a few things that I peeped about that whole scene. Dr. Cheyenne provoked Brooke. She targeted Brooke. I believe she's jealous of Brooke, and I believe that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is a bulldagger. I think she is a closeted lesbian, a closeted stud, and there's rumors that she has a girlfriend. She swings both ways. I immediately picked that shit up. Female narcissists are closeted lesbians. Okay, they go both ways because they need narcissistic supply. They can have 10 fucking boyfriends and it's not enough. They need supply. They need their ego stroke. So they will swing the other way to continue to get narcissistic supply from their female lovers. Cheyenne swings both ways. You heard it from me. You heard it from me. Watch how this shit comes out. I've never been fucking wrong. I read that immediately. And then I looked at her crew. Her entire team, her crew was all lesbian women. Did y'all peep that? So she moves with studs. Then I peeped the toxic relationship she has with her mama. Her and her mama have a really enmeshed relationship, just like Jada Pinkett Smith and her mama. Jada and her mama are both narcissists. So Cheyenne states that she allows her mother to run her business. Her mother is a former drug addict. So she comes from a very tumultuous background, both her parents. And I believe Cheyenne is a daddy's girl too. I immediately picked up toxic family, toxic upbringing, and they groomed Cheyenne. Cheyenne's a narcissist. I don't care what, no, I'm so fucking triggered by this woman. But the whole fight scene, her whole team, her whole crew, she runs with studs. I noticed that immediately on Basketball Wives. I think she wants to fuck and eat out. Brooke is gorgeous. Brooke is stunning. Do you hear me? Brooke should not even be on Basketball Wives. I think Brooke should be walking on a runway. She looks like a model. Brooke is one of the prettiest brown skinned girls I've seen in a long time. Just amazing, high cheekbones. Even without makeup, she's stunning. She's breathtaking. And I believe, listen, I know I'm a pretty girl. I dress down and stuff, but I'm going to tell you something. There have been many occasions where I've been under attack by sociopathic lesbian women. When a bulldagger, stud, sociopathic woman wants to eat your pussy, she will bully you. She will target you and bully you. Now, I hate to bring up Tiffany Draper. If y'all know, Tiffany Draper is passed away. She had a YouTube channel on here and she targeted me. I don't know this woman from a hole in the wall, but she kept fucking targeting me and making one video after the next. She also found a picture of my daughter and she said she would eat my daughter out. Next thing you know, the girl is dead. There's rumors that she passed away from her diabetes. Then I'm also hearing she was suicidal. I don't know how she passed, but she's gone. She was very young. Sad situation. But this woman targeted me and bullied me. And I believe she was a lesbian. And she was very unhappy, which is why she constantly projected and cyberbullied. I wasn't the only one. She cyberbullied a lot of people. But when a stud wants your ass and she knows you're straight and you're not interested in being, with another woman, her only way to get to you is to target and bully you. And that's what I saw. I think Cheyenne went after Brooke because I think secretly Cheyenne wants to eat Brooke's pussy. Brooke is a bad bitch. So because Brooke is straight, Brooke got her little boyfriend right now. The closest way for a lesbian to attach herself to a straight woman is to bully her. Cheyenne was bullying Brooke on that show. She provoked her and then she sat back and played victim and said, Brooke did all this. Brooke tried to mess up my event. No, bitch. You started with Brooke first. You provoked her and then you got your whole team of bull daggers and dykes to escort Brooke and her girlfriends out and made a whole fiasco. And it was the same thing. Another scene where they all was on the beach having dinner and Cheyenne was sitting there with Jackie and got up and was about to fight Brooke again. So the problem I have is this. Cheyenne is not a licensed psychologist or counselor. Because if she was licensed by, the American Counselors Association, there is just like nurses have a national licensing, doctors have licenses, lawyers have licenses. There is a code of fucking conduct and ethics that you must abide by when you're licensed. That's how I know Cheyenne is not fucking licensed because ain't no fucking way she would be able to get away with the bullshit on these reality TV shows while maintaining a license as a psychologist or counselor. There's no way. And furthermore, how are you in one breath helping the Black community, with mental health awareness and talking about what's high value men, talking about broken. Y'all saw her on the Cam Newton podcast trying to, insinuate that he's low value because he's created all these broken homes. And she very well might have been spitting some truth. And I'll get to that because narcissists spit truth and toxicity in one line, in one breath. And that's how they're able to get away with everything. But in the same breath, you're on a reality TV show fighting like a dog, fighting Black women. Now, I could understand if she was on Basketball Wives and she was being a counselor and counseling all the women and she stayed in her lane. She didn't fight. She didn't involve herself in drama. She just was there to help the girls with, providing, life coaching and counseling. If she was in that type of position on the show, cool. It's all good. But no, this bitch is actually fighting. She's in fight scenes. That's hypocrisy. Because it goes against, the moral fabric of what a psychologist is supposed to do. A psychologist's job, a therapist's job is to help repair mental health, provide therapeutic services, restore, repair, provide tools for to become healthy up here. You're on a fucking reality show fighting Black women. A show that exploits us and makes us look bad already. Motherfucking hypocrite. Another siren. I don't like this bitch, y'all. I don't like her. Then I saw on another podcast, I don't remember the name of the podcast, and she's talking about, I guess they're talking about how somebody heals and stuff. And they got on the topic of isolation. And she was like, you can't heal in isolation. She was talking against being isolated. And I went through the comments and everybody's like, bitch, no, that's how you heal. You cut everybody off. You isolate and you get your life together. You go to therapy. She was talking against isolation. I said, oh no, honey. Oh, no. Hypocrite. Bull dagger. She's no better than Princella. Princella is cosplaying. She's a woman who's cosplaying as an abusive sociopathic man. She's pimping out her audience. Cheyenne is doing the same thing. The only thing Cheyenne is doing, she's a dolled up. She's lady, like she's dressed like a lady, but she's secret. She's a closeted lesbian, hiding behind her degrees, and she's social climbing her way to the top. She got on Cam Newton's fucking podcast with her titties popped out, her cleavage popped out. She was manipulating him and running game on him. That would have been a perfect opportunity to bring up narcissistic personality disorder in the African American community. She danced around it. She was there to build herself up while trying to exploit Cam. She's full of fucking shit. And just like Shira Seven, just like Kevin Samuels, just like all these sociopaths, whether it's a pastor, whether it's a relationship guru, I don't care what it is. Sociopaths with large platforms, they all operate with the same formula. And what is that formula? They mix truth with toxicity. They have to speak truth to reel in the good people like you and me. That's how they get the good people's attention. They get good people to jump on board and follow them. They have to speak truth. But then they slip up and they mix their own toxicity, their own toxic backgrounds, their own toxic narcissistic behaviors start to slowly reveal themselves as they're revealing truth. So they mix, that's the formula. They out to get the good person's money and they want the toxic people's money. They're never going to be 100% truthful and they're never going to be 100% toxic. They mix both together. That's the formula. But like me, I'm 100% a truth teller. I'm not going to mix my own toxicity in with truth telling. I'm going to be transparent and tell y'all about my toxicity. And I want to be accountable if I ever slip up. I don't want to trick people. I don't want to be passive aggressive with people. And that's what she's doing. She's fucking passive aggressive as hell. She's a motherfucking hypocrite. She does not stand by the shit she preaches. And she's not even licensed. Because if she was a licensed psychologist, she wouldn't be on these fucking reality shows fighting and acting a damn fool out of character. No. There's no way she could get away with that just like Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is not licensed, and that's how he was able to get away with a trash TV talk show that exploits lower class people. I want y'all to peep game. All her dirty laundry's fitting to come out too. I heard that, she was engaged 4 different times. I'm hearing she currently has a girlfriend. Tasha K, who I don't like. Tasha K is reporting the things that I exposed Cheyenne a couple months ago. Tasha K just did a video on Cheyenne, basically stating everything that I put the info out there first. I called her a fraud first, and I want my fucking credit. I don't want Tasha K to get the credit. I called it first. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is a motherfucking narcissist. Now, I'm tired, I'm fighting hard to get y'all to raise y'all discernment. If y'all could see things through my eyes and I just be pointing these motherfuckers out, Cheyenne wants to be the next Ayanna Van Zandt. Ayanna is a fucking narcissist. Remember, Ayanna is a lawyer. She has a law degree. Ayanna is not a psychologist. Ayanna does not have a degree in psychology, but she was Oprah's friend. Oprah put her on and got her the show. Worked her way up to the top. So Cheyenne is social climbing and jumping on these toxic podcasts and promoting herself and stirring up shit, and she's making a name for herself, and she's being toxic about it. And I just can't wait till she gets exposed. And if you go to her website, she has a life coaching program that is set up like a pyramid scheme. I clocked that too. That bitch is toxic as fuck. She's like a Coach Stormy. She's like any other sociopathic bitch out here in a business suit with a degree. She's just like Princella. She's just like Shira. She's money hungry and she has an agenda. And she's out here social climbing. But that chick is a narcissist. I said what I said. Let's talk about it in the comment section, y'all. I've been wanting to do a video on this bitch. I said what I said.